This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren, that have the testimony of Yahawashi. Worship Yahawah, for the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. And as we're commanded to do, bring out these prophecies and give warning onto the sheep, the Israelites, these so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and our fellow brethren that were scattered amongst the heathen nations, man. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to say Shabbat Shalom. I want to thank Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson, and I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Rakal Kadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighters good fight of faith. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing his word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. And I hope and pray this lesson be edifying to the elect. So prophecies are indeed being fulfilled, and being the works are being put in, so they will be fulfilled in the near future, man. And this is a major prophecy, as brothers have been doing a lot of lessons on World War III and everything, and as our beloved apostle Tahar, told us, taught us that, through the scriptures, of course, the spirit and power of Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi, this prophecy has to be fulfilled before they have to, mandate the implementation, of the MOTB on the people before World War III happened, because World War III is the end-all, be-all. So this prophecy has to happen before that, and we're seeing the groundwork being laid right before our very eyes, man. So I got this article from Natural News. It was published yesterday, and it reads, dollar demise, shift from dollar-based financial world to CBDC-focused system is imminent. And why is it imminent? Because these devils, they have to move quickly. They have to get all these things, these systems put in play, in motion, so they can try to achieve their enterprise, so to speak, man. But as the scriptures say, they will not, be able to achieve their enterprise. But in order for them to try and achieve it, they have to, come down, as the scriptures say, Revelation 12 and 12, they're going to come down with great wrath, because they know that they have but a short time. They know that all these prophecies, they're seeing all these different things, the signs in the heavens, the Israelites waking up, the remnant of the nation of Israel. There's word being preached to the four corners, right? Through the unicorn, which is the internet, So all these prophecies, Ezekiel 37 chapter, the valley of the dry bones. So all these different prophecies have already been fulfilled, As the scriptures say, they should go up to heaven, then shall I bring thee down, So talking about when they went up to the, space stations and whatnot, they set their nest in the stars, roughly paraphrasing, and they've been ever since then. They've been coming down, morally. The economy of this place has been going down, everything, the infrastructure has been withering, They're wise men, their knowledge is dwindling. They're making a lot of mistakes because they're moving so fast, man. So they gotta continue to push forward in order to try to achieve their enterprise, man. So I'm gonna read some of this article. It says the Bretton Woods Agreement of 1944, which involved representatives from 44 nations, established a system through which a fixed currency exchange rate could be created using gold as a universal standard. It made the dollar a superpower. Its two major accomplishments were the creation of the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, and the International Bank of Reconstruction and Development, IBRD, commonly known as the World Bank. However, capital immobility hindered trade among countries, since encouraging free trade was one of the initial goals of the system. It was undermined by capital and mobility, leading to the collapse of the Bretton Woods system. The Burning Platform's economic and political writer Brandon Smith recently warned, "Think of think of world reserve status as a deal with the devil. You get the fame, fortune, trophy dates, and a sweet car for a while. Then one day the devil comes to collect, and when he does, he's going to take everything, including your soul. Unfortunately, I suspect collection time is coming soon for the United States." It says, according to him, the Department of Treasury understands that there is a constant demand for dollars overseas as a means to more easily import and export goods. The petrodollar monopoly made the US dollar essential for trading oil globally for decades. Of course, the central bank of the US has been able to create a fiat currency from thin air to a far higher degree than any other central bank on the planet, while avoiding the immediate effects of hyperinflation, he added, right? Because, as he said, the money used to be based on gold, you know. It was essentially you bring the gold because it was heavy to the bank, and the bank would pretty much give you an IOU or a receipt or whatever. You keep that, and then when you wanted to retrieve your gold, you would bring your slip to the bank, give it to the bank, and then they just give you, your gold back. But then they started creating this fiat, and fiat means fake currency that's not backed by anything. It's just paper money, and it's pretty much like I heard this Edomite saying, the only reason it even can be effective is because people believe in it. But the minute people stop believing in it, is useless. You know what I mean? And this is what these elites, are gearing everything. That's why they're gearing everything towards being digital. Not only because it will be more cost effective, right? Because now they don't have to have these huge machines printing out, all this paper. They don't have to get the paper anymore. They don't have to use all this ink. They don't have to, get people to distribute, the money to all these different banks. And so all that money that they would normally have to spend, they putting that towards, all these, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically supercomputers, in order to process all this data, so they can put it all there. But ultimately, let me get this real quick. It's going to be to control the people. That's what this MOTB goes into, man. The CHIP, man. So this is from the People's Voice. This is from April 11th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, as claimed by the beloved Apostle Tahar. And it says, WEF unveils mind-reading technology that reports thought crimes to the police. So this is really what it all goes down to. The devil, trying to be as the Most High. What's that, Isaiah 14? Let's get that real quick. This is these devils' wet dream, man. Let's see. Isaiah 14 and 13. For thou hast said, the wicked, right, has said in thine heart, in their mind, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So this is what these devils want. That they're trying to be able to read, no thoughts, and note, track, and trace everybody, and have their eyes upon every place. Basically, everything that Yahawah and Yahawashi can do, right? This is what these devils are trying to achieve, through their left-hand technology. And that's why this, this is such a major prophecy of the dollar collapsing and it shifting over to digital currency. Let's continue on. Let's see. Let's see. Let's start here. The current problem that The current problem is that the Fed is overprinting dollars that it stores currency, but it has time constraints. Eventually, the effects of overprinting come home to roost, and it may take a brand new Bretton Woods-like system that removes the dollars as a global reserve currency and replaces it with a digital basket system like the IMF's special drawing rights currency. Lately, international banks are already expressing a shift from a dollar-based financial world to using a central bank digital currency focused system built on unified ledgers. This will place the IMF as the middleman controlling the flow of digital transactions. We could end up in a world where we have connected entities to some degree, but some entities in some countries are excluded. And as a global and multilateral institution, we're sort of aiming to provide a basic connectivity, a basic set of rules and governance that is truly multilateral and inclusive, the IMF noted in a discussion on centralized ledgers in 2023. And this is, their part of their plans, one world government, one world currency, one world religion. And they sit at the top of the mountain and rule all the people. Can't forget about the Georgia Guidestones. Former White House economist says BRICS could swing an economic wrecking ball at dollar dominance, and all these other countries everybody's gearing towards this digital currency. Let me see. Let me read a little bit of this. Thanks to BRICS, a bloc comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and as of 2024, new members Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates, an economic wrecking ball could be swung to break dollar hegemony, especially since the bloc has been gaining more influence and growing its size. This was according to former White House economist Joe Sullivan. In a recent op-ed for foreign policy, he pointed to mounting fears that BRICS nations could create a currency to rival the US dollar in international trade. Though BRICS officially have said there is no such rivalry currency in the works, the group could pose a threat to the greenback based on its growing influence, Sullivan warned. Now that Egypt, Ethiopia, and Saudi Arabia already joined BRICS, they could influence over 12% of a global trade. That's because those three countries surround the Suez Canal, a key passage for goods to flow into international markets. Yeah, so this is, them joining together and not using the dollar is a major deal, man. And this is another, reason why they gotta, they're gonna crash the dollar, and they're gonna have, this digital currency to basically, be able to transfer funds back and forth between countries and be able to operate. The whole globe will have one type of currency, and they'll be able to interact with each other. And that's the ultimate goal of these devils. Let's get Ecclesiastes 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. And it's very important that we bring this information out to you brothers and sisters, so you know what time we're living in. Isaiah 62:6, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, man. So I was watching a beautiful video from the Elder Adama from the GMS Boston camp this morning. And, he was speaking about, the mind state or mindset of a watchman, and he used an analogy of a dog, a watchdog. If the watchdog sees danger coming and he doesn't bark, then what's the point of that? He's just a dumb dog. What's the point of that dog then? But if the watchdog is doing his job and 2 a.m. or what have you, all of a sudden you just start hearing this dog, your dog barking, going crazy outside, because somebody's lurking around, then that that dog's doing his job. Just like the men of the Lord, the watchmen that Yahawashi set up. We're supposed to blow that trumpet, and it's supposed to make a certain sound, so that our people will know to get themselves ready. For what these devils are coming with, man. Let's see. Let's see. And ultimately, these devils are trying to they're trying to get, in particular, everybody, but also the nation of Israel, to bow down to them, to basically be slaves under them, and do their digital all. So let's read that just for any new listeners, right? So this is Deuteronomy 15, and I'll start at 12, right? And this is in the law, right? It says, "And if thy brother, an Hebrew man or an Hebrew woman, be sold unto thee, and serve thee 6 years, then in the 7th year thou shalt let him go free from thee. And when thou sendest him out free from thee, thou shalt not let him go away empty. Thou shalt furnish him liberally out of thy flock, and out of thy floor, and out of thy winepress, of that wherewith the Lord Yahawah thy power hath blessed thee, thou shalt give unto him." Right? And this is an ancient custom of us Israelites, man. You work for your brother for 7 years, and then after the 7 years, which is 7 goes into completion, the brother that you work for will set you up so that you could be successful, and then you can go and help your fellow brother, and that brother would be, after 7 years, will be successful, and that's how you spread wealth, and you can generate wealth within your nation, by truly loving each other and truly helping each other out. Not like Esau, you just work forever and you never have nothing to show for it. And this, just real quick, this is this has been going on since the beginning. This is Genesis 29:17. So this is talking about our forefather Jacob when he wanted Rachel, Laban, which is their father's daughter. So it says, Genesis 29:17, "Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. And Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel thy daughter. And Laban said, It is better that I give her to thee than that I should give her to another man. Abide with me." So Laban agreed. So when you read the story, Jacob worked his 7 years. Laban, which is Rachel and Leah's father, prepared a feast, and pretty much Jacob got lit, and then Laban ended up giving Jacob Leah to lay with, when he was intoxicated, and he wasn't really paying attention like that, and he went in onto her. They did the do, and then the next morning Jacob realized that it was Leah, and he went to their father Laban and said, why'd you do this? Why'd you basically beguile me? And Laban said, according to their custom, it's not, they're not supposed to give the younger daughter before the older daughter. So then Jacob worked another 7 years to get Rachel. But just proving that this is a custom of the Israelites, man. Now going back real quick, and this is Deuteronomy 15:15. "And thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in the land of Egypt, and the Lord thy power redeemed thee. Therefore I command thee this thing to this today. And it shall be, if he say," right, the servant that wants to be that you're gonna free, right, and it shall be, if he say unto thee, I will not go away from thee, because he loveth thee and thine house, because he is well for thee. So if he wants to continue to be a servant, what does the Lord say? Then thou shalt take an awl and thrust it through his ear onto the door, and he shall be thy servant forever. And also unto thy maid servant thou shalt do likewise. Right? So you look up this word, um, all, right?
Strong's H, 4836. Matsea. Matsea.
Right. And the definition is all, a boring instrument, right? So when you think about a boring instrument, right? Something that bores into something, right? To bore, pierce, right? And that should, for you brothers and sisters that know, that's exactly what, matter of fact, let's get it over here. That's exactly what this C-hip goes into. Revelation 13 and 16, right? Let's read it first. This is what these devils want the people to be, is a perpetual slave using this digital all, right? This digital all, this mark charagma, to make the people perpetual slaves under them. This is what the devil's trying to do on the left hand side. Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, the charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? So we talked about in their foreheads too, right? So they're getting people used to seeing this type of technology, talking about it, because this is their ultimate goal, man, to have everybody see it, man, so they can be tracked, traced, monitored, punished if they don't comply with their wicked, unrighteous decrees. This is what the devil is attempting to do. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? And when you look up that word for mark, charagma, excuse me.
Strong's G, 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Right. It means a stamped and imprinted mark of the mark stamped upon the forehead or the right hand of the badge of the followers of Anti-Hamashiach, right? The mark branded upon horses, stained, carved, sculpture, graven work. And when you look at the root word, it goes into karox, a pale or stake, a palisade, right? So this is exactly the same thing. They are attempting to, take instead of having the Israelites serve their true power, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, they want the Israelites to take this mark and be servitudes to them. But what the Lord said, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi got everything on smash, man. There's nothing that these devils can do to offset prophecy, man. First Kings 19 and 18. Yet I have left me 7,000, there goes the word 7 again, completion, in Israel, which the knees which have not bowed unto Baal, and every mouth which hath not kissed him. Right? So the Lord reserved unto him 7,000 men that will not bend the knee to Baal, that will not bend the knee to these damn devils, man, that will not get that damn sea hit, man. And let's end off on that, because there's a serious consequence, because we have to remember that Yahawah is a jealous power, right? So there's a serious consequence to anybody that decides to take that mark, man, that charagma, that digital all, and basically bow the knee to Baal, man. Let's see, Slakia. Let's get the consequence real quick for anybody that takes that, because this is all about giving warning, to the sheep out there, man. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, right? So anybody that takes that charagma is basically worshiping the beast in his image, his system. You're in league with the devil, man. You're taking that. You're saying that the devil owns you, man. And you basically are denouncing the Lord, man. You're saying that you trusting in Egypt, you trusting in oppression, and that's what you're staying upon. But the Lord said that in the scriptures, Israel, the elect, would no longer stay upon them that smote them. Right, the ones that smote us is Esau, Edom, so-called white man, and these heathen nations, and Babylon as a whole, and this whole beast system that they're setting up is going to be smoting the people, man. Because it's all about control. It's all about basically giving them a form of godlike powers on earth is what they're attempting to achieve, man. So it says the remnant, the elect, would no longer stay upon them that smote them, but would stay upon the Holy One of Israel, roughly paraphrasing, man. So, when you look up that word stay, it goes into trust and lean upon. So we're going to trust in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. We ain't going to be trusting this goddamn devil, man. So the devil's just going to have to come with it, and we just going to have to, put all our faith in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, that Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi will protect us from our enemies, man. 9th verse, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, meaning righteous anger, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So once those nuclear missiles, if anybody that takes that damn charagma, that digital all, they got a missile waiting for them, ICBM missile. And once World War III pops off and those missiles get to flying, the ones that took it are going to be left here, and they're going to participate in the lake of fire, man. And the ones of us that, don't take it and trust in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and stay upon them will be beamed up, and see the destruction of the wicked, man. So that's pretty much it. I just want to do a, quick hit. These devils are moving, man. They're setting up their system. So you Israelites, man, you gotta, get your minds, right, man. Continue to pray, fast, and seek the Lord while he may be found, man, because the evil days are indeed upon us, man. So I hope and pray this lesson was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to thank Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi once again for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. And I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutations, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening, learning, fighting this good fight of faith. Keep fighting, keep striving, keep pushing. We're almost out of here. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. I say a Baba Ball and Kwam Yasharala. And shalom. To the next one.